Hello. Welcome back for another episode. This one's going to be a little bit different, actually. You're just going to see it from my onboard, and you're just going to hear me speaking like it is right now. Because, I thought, well, there's no point giving it, because, it's kind of fell off as the main point of this channel, as I, find other stuff I prefer to do and race and record and everything, so it just becomes like everything else, like it should be, because nothing should stand out, especially when we get no views anyway, so it doesn't really matter, but no point putting in all that much effort if it doesn't do better than the other videos in the first place, and sometimes just worse, as iRacing seems to gain more, but hopefully WRC will get a couple views. But what's this? What is in our unread mail? Yay! Didn't even do a single race. Makes no sense, right? Let's go through. Yeah, so we're gonna go back to how we kind of started doing those first couple races. Maybe I'll edit them. Maybe I'll edit it so it starts like half an hour, maybe, and stuff like that. But obviously, 2 wins this season, 3 finishes in the points, 2 11th places, and 2 DNFs. Pretty shit, but in our last race here at Lotus, yes, confirmed, we are leaving Lotus after this season. Yeah, it's good. As Lando Norris is quite low down, 29 points, and Lewis Hamilton is in the championship by the Aston Martin and George Russell behind. Obviously, George with 5 podiums and Fernando with 5 as well. A little bit different because Fernando with 3 third places and 2 second places, with George having 4 second places, 3. George has never finished anywhere lower than P4, which is the best out of all 3 of those top guys. Max has always been in the points, and so no, Carlos hasn't. But yeah, so make sure our tyre wear is good, and durability event, lovely. Now, obviously, it's going to be our last race here at Alpine.
We've had the new parts come through the fabrication process. We'll have them with us for the next Grand Prix.
No comment, not doing that at all, no.
Not an easy decision, but you handled it well. Thanks.
But yeah, so we'll go in, do this. I'll see, because I don't know what you guys like. I don't know if you like these kind of long episodes. So
our new parts have completed without issue. They'll be on the car ready for the next race weekend.
Like always, and go straight to the race weekend. And
forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's
I'm sorry, guys.
Fantastic.
I'm skipping it all. Yeah, we're starting last. You guys did not get to see that.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down.
Brief recap, because I skipped everything, even qualifying, because didn't go well, and I just accidentally skipped all that. Make it little everything you can for you guys. But yeah, so we had issue with the amount of wheel, so yeah, soft 5 laps and formation lap will most likely be skipped from right about now. Okay, and we are back. Formation lap is done. Time for 5 lap sprint race. Tyres should be nice and warm. Yep. Line up right behind Sargent in his Williams Martini, which are back this season. Did not put enough force. We are now really far behind where we should be. Okay, 5 red lights. Oh, here we go. It's a bad start, then we do a full spin. The Prix gets held up by Sargent. It's bags up, we go down the inside. Sneak past the Hasselblad shot. There's our teammate there in P11. And we have Oi! There is no front wing for Stroll anymore. And we have got out of there with no damage, luckily. But these guys are all going to be held up. So we get that speed on this with the slipstream now. And we just absolutely send it, even though our car has no top speed, so they pull away. But we send it really late here because they brake so early. We have to lock up a little bit. to avoid the breeze, go round the outside of Alex Albon. Wait. There is the breeze. Excuse me. Down the inside of Lance Stroll.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race.
But there you go, see no front wing. Obviously, that was caused by just a collection of cars with the same track, including us, which nearly spiraled us straight into the pits of the international pits, and nearly caused us to be out of the sprint race, which would mean we would start last. Which is probably also another reason why I skipped qualifying, for you guys to not see it, because it doesn't really matter, because this is where you qualify. The car's not really thin how I think it should be, it's not too good at the moment, but you never know. We are pretty good around this track, so maybe we might be able to gain something. Yes, it's the same AI we've used with G. As Lance Stroll peels into the pit lane at the end of the lap. Now we get the good old run on Yuki. Can we pull off on Bullshit move? Yes, we can. No, we can't. We basically tough to get him out of the way. He now loses even more momentum than we did. And we go sailing around the outside on the straight. So he's still there, but we are going to brake just a little bit later and get the move completely done. There's a teammate up here who's holding up Magnussen, and Fernando process still outside the point for the actual race tomorrow. But obviously, if the P8 is where you need to be, but not looking likely. Okay. I forgot to speak basically the entire thing. I mean, yeah, there will be laps where there'll be basically no speaking, so we'll be focusing like we are right now, trying to catch Valtteri Bottas in the Sauber.
DRS is being enabled
DRS
this
now.
lap. We can use DRS when you're within 1 second of the car ahead and in the DRS zone.
In turn 1. Okay, good run. Now turn 1. Now going up to a Rouge Area.
Second a lap on the
We
car
have
behind.
already got
Really
ahead of
good
him.
stuff.
Oh, we cruise him out. Oh, we take the GT line, but it's fine. Now we use this DRS to catch up with Magnussen, who is being held up by our teammate. And we have to go send off because we did not have the brakes. And the rear steps out, we nearly got, oh, yay. Actually goes around the outside. Can we keep onto it? Squeeze him out? Yes, we can. These tyres are gold. 103 degrees on the rear, that is not looking good. Yep, tyres or brakes, I don't know. The car's now not wanting to respond. So those moves that we just made. Looks like we're about to lose them right here. Here comes Valtteri Bottas back down our side.
Come on, you can win that place back.
But we do have the inside line and get the round to keep on it. Now going to the bus stop, we're now 2.5 seconds behind Magnussen. But Gasly seems slow enough to hold him up. Especially on those medium tyres on 5 laps. Yeah. 2 seconds slower that lap was in the end. Obviously braking quite a lot into these corners. Trying to get out of our trees. DRS does not work. Use as much DRS as we can to stay away. But it also, by the way, in this sprint race it looks like Red Bull and Ferrari and Aston Martin make it back. As those Mercedes are down in P5? No. P6 and P7. Yes, like I said, looks like Gasly is slowing up Magnussen as we slowly pull in. But we are struggling desperately with this car. I don't know if these Bristol tyres are doing it or if it is in fact the car. But I'm not sure if I'm just having issues struggling with it because I'm pushing it a lot more than Pierre Gasly is. But yeah. Now on to the last lap of the sprint race here.
Okay, you've just started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Just braking a lot and still barely getting past slowed. But we have definitely gained in on that 2.5 seconds. Kevin Hagros by cutting it down to half. But it looks like we will have to deal with P13 for the race. Oh, as Kevin Magnussen goes for it, he has made the move stick on the Lotus of our teammate Pierre Gasly. As we struggle to get through there. Also looks like the Aston Martin of Fernando Alonso has got past the Red Bulls and into P3 onto the podium of the sprint race and will start on the second row of the grid for the race. Big question now becoming, what has happened to those two Mercedes? They're being just taken away by the Red Bulls and the Ferraris, and obviously that Aston Martin obviously being there like always. But McLaren's sticking on to them, and these two ahead are the only other people. But yeah. Obviously the Aston Martin of Ocon is still there with the two Mercedes. Might even look like he can make a move on the second one. But as they go to the line, it is in fact Carlos Sainz who gets pole for the race on Sunday, with Charles Leclerc on home P2 as we cross the line for P13.
Okay,
A little bit of work to do on in the race, but we'll should be able to do it. Yeah. Should still be quite a nice thing to do. But yeah.
And now let's take a look
Yeah,
at
okay.
the driver's standings.
So let's go
Championship leader
to
is still
the
sat at the
race
top of the
now.
standings.
Let's
Their
go.
rivals have made up.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's raining.
Welcome to this visit to the Ardennes
Sorry,
countryside.
I'll mute.
Spa-Francorchamps hosted its first Grand Prix back in 1925, and this historic track is loved by drivers and fans alike, and us here in the commentary box too. So it's a warm welcome from the Belgian Grand Prix. Spa-Francorchamps is a 4.35-mile tour of the Ardennes countryside, with 9 rights and 10 lefts, giving us a grand total of 19 corners. Average lap speeds in the dry can reach about 145 miles per hour, but without a significant improvement in the conditions, we're not going to be seeing anything like that today. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown looks like. It's Carlos Sainz in pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2.
Okay.
Looking at the rest of today's
Not
grid,
too bad.
we have Fernando Alonso,
Okay.
Perez,
Oh, Perez. Big Max.
Verstappen, Hamilton,
Okay.
Russell, Ocon,
That's
Oscar
fair.
Piastri,
And obviously
Norris,
the 2 mechanics, yeah.
Magnussen, Gasly, the engineer,
Yep.
Bottas,
Yeah.
Sonoda, Joe, Albon, Sargent,
he didn't pee.
De
Oh
Vries,
yeah, and then
Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close.
yeah, Stroll did not
It's
have a good
almost time for
sprint
those
at
5
all.
red lights to
Goddamn.
go out then. Let's see who can prevail today.
Nick qualified 2.5 seconds off the pace.
Alongside me to discuss all the action today is Anthony Davidson. Thanks
Why
for
is it
joining
in
us,
Fahrenheit?
Anthony.
I
Tell me,
thought
you were down in the
metric.
pit lane earlier. How do you think the track conditions are today?
Well, it's looking a bit cold out there, if I'm honest. These
Oh,
tyres
is
have
it?
quite a narrow operating window.
It's
in
looking
terms of the
cold.
temperatures
It's
they need to
raining,
extract the
you
best grip.
idiot.
So with a cold track surface, it's going to be harder to keep those
He just went
temperatures
from
up,
me to me.
which will
Lovely.
lead to lower grip and maybe more mistakes.
Say goodbye to that Alpine helmet, 'cause that's gone. Just as we announced we leave mid-season. But once again, we'll skip most of the formation lap. Right. Now. Rocco. Here we are for the start of the race. As Magnussen and Gasly get right into each other once again. Just why not? Stop. And Magnussen through. Magnussen's gonna ruin it! Never mind.
Superb parking there, mate. Let's
was
make
close,
sure we get the edge.
but
of
he
the
did
surrounding
not warn
Let's
it.
go out.
Yeah, so it's raining badly. Did a couple practice corners, but not too sure. Not too sure we're gonna make it to the end here. 5 red lights. There we go. It's a good start, but still a bit of wheel spin in the wet. Gasly gets held up a little bit. We've gone for it. Other tyres have locked up straight away. Lando's had the feel for okay start, but we're side by side with Lando. Lando's got very outside line. But we have to run. We have to run mid corner. And we've been able to get ahead of the McLaren. But we have had way too much speed going into Rouge in the wet conditions, and here comes Lando. Never mind, he's going to pull out. We've pulled out to the left, right. Oh, he nearly lost it. He nearly lost it, and I nearly lost it as well because of him nearly losing it. You can see Piastri there and P7 having issues. Hopefully, Atletico may come out soon. This is treacherous conditions for us here. Not being able to adjust to it properly. Losing even though we're on into it does feel.
That start was okay. Now stay alert for threats around you.
I am pretty sure Alonso is retiring mid-season, so he needs to put a good performance in his last race ever. Nearly lose to rear. That's too much, dude. That's too much. Yeah, fair enough. Oh my god! The locking up from there. We have to push Fernando out because he was on our tail.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
We were so far back and we need to go into the back of Ocon. But I have had to change the differential and stuff. But it's not looking like it's too much. Lewis has got a hit of both Red Bulls. Good run in there, reach this time on the radio. Here we go. Can we get a move on Ocon? Pull out. Reception, we send it. He's gone wide. We've just had too much speed and run into his line anyway. We just have enough speed just not to touch him. He's pulled over. They're on the outside. Try and get a cut back. Into no name. Actually, I think it does have a name. No, doesn't matter. No name. There is now gravel on the outside, so luckily they have not changed this track at all. Because we would be in serious trouble many times. The rear steps round on lap 2 through Puon. And now it seems like we are going to start to struggle in this race quite a bit, and obviously pull out of the points again. We've obviously spent half the season at Aston Martin and the full season now technically here at Alpine, Lotus. This was this season being cut down to 16 races and 11 races. We have only done 8 here, but it's still half a season. As we are now over 2 seconds behind that lot. Alpine have locked up again into the bus stop chicane.
It looks like we're running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly.
Look up. No. It's good. Alright, here we are. Going straight again, this lock up again. Oh, it's starting to get hot in the room, that's for sure. So I just sweat, not really, no, it's just quite cold. I think I'll put the heating on. It's starting to get really hot in this room, that's a bit too much. Ugh. It's going to slide in our tyres. Sliding the car through these corners. Treacherous. Once again through P1, nearly losing the wheel. Weather.
Okay, the rain should be ending shortly. The dry line's going to come in quickly, so don't waste any time getting back up to speed. Inters seem to be the fastest tyre for now.
Sure.
Understood, copy that.
Really seems like the wets. I swear to God, F124 needs to have pit lane start and be able to come in on the formation that's changed tyres. They're not like soft to dries, but like, you know, like, because I know sometimes, oh my God, we've locked up. Like, it needs to be able to, like, you know, like it's rain like this, you're like, nah, this ain't into us, it's wet or something.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead.
You know, like how they did in Hungary and everything.
1.9 seconds. Okay, so
I mean,
we're
that's
leading
it,
our
that's a
teammate by
restart.
1.7 seconds.
Not really out of. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. Mistake that will cost us our last point, possibly, here at Alpine. I keep saying Alpine, Lotus, you know, same thing. But we have a run. We have a good run on Lando.
It's still not a perfect situation,
Make
but I
him
don't think
so
we've got cause to
dummy.
move on to a different tyre yet.
Around the outside of Fernando, back into this one position. This is the only car it seems we are going to be fighting this entire race. We seem to have a little bit of pace here in the wet. I say that as we go wide. Well, yeah, 3 seconds behind Ocon. Wow. Should hopefully, in this wet condition, have the pace to be able to catch back up, but I think we are now starting to struggle with the car and in these inters, definitely inters now, condition as we want to ride once again into the grass and even into the gravel this time. As Arnold gets the undercut and we just have to move out of the way. There goes Gasly. There goes Magnussen. There goes Bottas. 4 positions lost in a matter of like 1 to 2 corners. And oh, we've been hit. No, 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 no.
Look at a new race strat. That looked bad. Are you alright? Let me know you're okay.
Oh no. No. Oh. Well, these 4 positions, but I didn't think it would be held up like that. It's held up. Ooh, just lose it. Bam. Into the wall. Oh. Sad. I mean, you'd think, sure. This corner is flat in dries. It's not, but he's braking. And we're not expecting it. He's just... Oh! I've just smacked his rear. And we've lost it like that. The car's going round, so I go to save it. Look, you can see the cars. In that way, trying to move back into the racing line. That's when the contact's made. Tyre on the grass. We're going round. There's the wing coming off. Then you see the save, the try and save it anyway, going there. It's just too much speed carrying, and in the end, it's. We'll look at it once again from this onboard angle. Look at this. So there he goes. Back into the line, tapping. That is the slightest of taps I have ever seen in my life. Don't know how we've lost our end plate. That tap there, and the car goes round. And there you see the tyres going that way. The car's going to start going that way, and it's just that puts lost impact there. I mean, I don't exactly see the tyre hit the water, but you know. And that's it. Look at it from the actual full-on onboard, but there it goes. Save, try and save it. And that is it. Our last ever race with Lotus ends in a crash. And now we go and retire from the race. One of the main reasons we're leaving this team.
Many doubted whether they could pull off the
oh
win
my
here
God!
at Spa-Francorchamps, but they've done
Ferrari.
so in spectacular style.
Ferrari have won. I'll explain the reason of leaving Alpine.
Tell me, Ant,
after this.
how do they manage to achieve this win?
I feel like
Wow, and it
consistency
is
was
Fernando,
probably the key
not Lewis
today.
Hamilton, who
There's
finished on the
being
podium.
quick, and then
It's
there's
just a
being quick
double.
lap after lap after
It's
lap.
just a
If you
1-2
can do that,
for
you can
Ferrari.
capitalise on
Wow.
other people's errors without making many of your own. And that's an approach that can
What
push
a
you
race
a long
to
way up the
remember
field.
for the Italian team.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again.
Wow, 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 Ferrari. Oh, back. What a time. Obviously, this will be the first one since last week. Big shout out to Bianca Bustamante for that McLaren thing, but yeah. I mean, just wow. Ferrari 1-2. Lewis does get back on the podium, and in his last race, Fernando Alonso does not get a podium to end of his career.
So then, it's time to see how
AP
this result affects the Drivers' Championship.
7.
It's a great result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Some amazing talent out on the track today.
Yeah,
But Anthony,
P7.
who would you pick as your
61
driver of the day?
61 points
Charles
to
Leclerc
end
showed
our
exactly
season.
how to manage
at
yourself out on the track
Lotus.
today. He was almost flawless
Um,
out there. Incredible stuff.
Let's move on to
Wow,
the
so
constructors.
Charles Leclerc doing that
Mercedes
does get ahead
continue
of
to
us.
extend their lead.
wow.
Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their
I mean-
position. A strong weekend for them as they fight their way towards
Yeah, that's
the
great.
top. Well, what an end to another fantastic
Damn.
weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
Yes. So now it's time to explain why I've decided we should move. Well, as you can see, that is our third DNF of the season.
The
Oh,
contract
yeah.
renewal window
Okay,
has
okay.
opened. We can try and renegotiate for a better deal with our current
Yeah, look,
team,
Fernando Alonso
or
has
approach
retired.
someone else.
Fernando Alonso has retired. Maybe we can just snatch in there and go back to the team where we first started the season. Obviously up to Austria or Great Britain, I think was our last one. And then we went to Hungary. Got our best. Obviously in the first season we got 2 podiums. One at Imola, 3rd place in Aston Martin, and a 2nd place in Hatter for Alpine. Hulkenberg obviously retired that season. This is Fernando Alonso has retired mid-season and everything. Obviously we have had 3 DNFs, 2 wins actually to our name. But look at that, 3 DNFs, all from just trying to push this car hard enough to be in the point, just be there. Because look at Gasly, 2 points to his name, a P9 in Spain. That's it. Just like the car's there. It's not good. So it is time to say au revoir to Lotus, to Alpine, and to our teammate of Esteban Ocon. But where to? Well, obviously Lotus the worst car. I'm thinking, yes, okay, but no, I know on the side Ferrari and things like that because their names are too long. I think it's time we go to Aston Martin.
Great. They're happy to enter into negotiations with us.
Here's the question, do we do low risk, medium risk? I say we go medium. And we are back at the team we started this all for, and the thing of can we win a championship with Aston Martin is back. But this time, it's not just Aston Martin, it's Aston Martin Honda. Let's see what we can do. Let's see what's in the clothes first, actually. Yes, get me that resource development thing in. We have gone back to replace Fernando Alonso, and we are alongside the guy that replaced us at the team first. But who has come in to change? Oh my god, it's been a little bit of a change there. Oh my god, that is a bit of an odd one. Did not see that coming. Alex Albon has left. Sorry, okay, hold on. Yuki Tsunoda, who has scored no points in the AlphaTauri because it's the only car that hasn't scored a point, has left AlphaTauri and has joined Lotus. Okay, he has joined Lotus. The person replacing him at AlphaTauri is Alex Albon, who has left Williams, meaning there is an open spot at Williams. And well,
you're not currently in a rival.
let's do the season break,
Sooner or
and
later
then we'll
you'll
end
probably be
this
asked by the
episode.
media who you consider to be your rival. Think carefully who you select.
I mean,
As
wow.
while you will receive a claim for beating them, you'll lose a
Well,
claim if you fail to do so.
Now we have to fill the shoes of Fernando Alonso and get Aston Martin back up to winning ways. Fernando ends this season with 5 podiums and ends it mid-season with an au revoir. With a DNF actually, apparently. With a points finish in every race. He ends it with a DNF. But that has been this episode. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. This form of it more anyway. And yeah. I have been Charlie. We'll click the season break and that's when we'll end it. I have been Charlie. Please like and subscribe if you want to see the next one. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Bye bye. Oh, I didn't do a black screen. Okay, bye bye. Bye bye.